Hello. Hope y'all are doing good on this rainy Friday. So today we're gonna start off with some balance work and kind of meld it in with some more mobility. If you find the balance work is too hard, always feel free to hold on to something like a wall or a chair, something stable that can support you while you do your balance. And then I'll try to give you an alternate exercise because some of them are kind of difficult. Kind of running out of some things to do that are a little bit more universal, a little bit easier for most people to do. So I'll try to give you a regression to some of the harder stuff. And if I forget, always feel free to comment like, hey, I had trouble with the thoracic bridge or something, but I think I got an alternative for that. Kind of winging this one, but let's get started. So first one, you're just going to do just a standing knee raise. What we don't want to happen is when you tuck your knee or you bring your foot off the floor, we're not bringing it so far up that that's around, and you want to stay pretty neutral, get it all range of motion through your hip, not your lower back. So we're just going to hold about a 10-second hold. Again, if you need to hold on to something, hold on to I got a desk right here, or you can do it next to a wall. Pretty comfortable. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Ooh. Probably notice that one side is a little bit easier to stabilize than the other. Hopefully this is an alright angle. Okay, bring this one up a little bit. So you're going to be on one leg. You don't have to tuck the knee up like I did, just slightly off, and then you're going to do some rotations, and this one is pretty difficult. You definitely want to go nice and slow. My right leg my foot is off the ground, just FYI, I don't think I got one camera that's going to show everything. I'm just going to do 3 per side, nice and slow, still breathing. Okay, take a little bit of break, left foot off the ground. And you're going to rotate as far as you can in each direction, and that might be a shorter range of motion as long as you can keep your balance. Again, we're just working on some stability. Ideally, you're doing this without shoes. Okay, 3 per side. Let's see if I can get a good angle with this one. So basically we're going to do standing quad stretch, and you've probably seen that, like old school PE stuff, to a forward lunge. If that is too difficult, you can always just do a split squat, or you can do go back to the single knee raise, and then just add a forward lunge. And then forward lunge sometimes can cause some issues for people's knees. Just do a knee raise, single leg knee raise to a reverse lunge. Reverse lunge, I feel like, have a tendency to be a little bit more joint friendly, and a little bit friendlier for people that aren't aren't that great at, you're all great, let's be honest, but at lunges. So that's one option, and then you can also do just a regular split squat. Just work on that and then just build from there. So I got my right foot standing tall. I'm gonna have to switch over, get some more space, and then I'm going to step out and lunge forward. I'm not super in love with this angle, but hopefully you get the gist. Other hand can be anywhere. I mean, ideally it's not touching anything, so you're not grabbing on anything. And I'll show the other way that you can do this is you can do just a single leg knee raise to forward lunge now, so you don't have to have the ability to be able to grab that foot. So here, hold on to something if you need to. lunge, or just a regular split squat, really just knee up and down. Show my legs a little bit more. So it's just a standard split squat. Knee does not have to touch the ground in that case, but ideally it does. You can always add like a pillow or something to shorten that range of motion to make it easier. Okay, I do about 5 per side. If you're doing just a split squat, try to do a little bit more, but if 5 per side is plenty for you, then it's plenty for you. You are in full control of this, since I am on the interweb. Okay. So we're gonna do a hip flexor variation. So I'm holding on to the wall. I'm in my half kneeling position. I've grabbed my foot, my left foot with my right hand. I'm holding onto the wall and I'm driving my hips forward. So just call this video bad angle. But use your imagination. Still not in love, but I'll try to show it without holding on to anything. You'll probably see myself fall. The side I have a little more trouble because that's the side I had knee surgery on, but and we're going forth. Again, if you can't hold this, just do your regular hip flexor. There's nothing wrong with that. Just giving people a variation. So it's not the same exact thing every single time, but maybe we just need to work on that before we go to the next one. Okay. Pillow was just there for some comfort on the knees. Okay. Next is a thoracic bridge, and this one's pretty advanced, but if you can do it, it's a really good anti-sitting exercise. So start like so on the ground. I'm gonna support myself with on my left side. Make sure this isn't rounded forward, pointing this way. It's packed down as best you can. I'm gonna basically make like a little tabletop, a single arm tabletop, and then I'm gonna reach across. Now ideally, my hips are square to the ceiling. I'm not going like this. If you find like you're doing this and both knees are pointed to where you're rotating are, probably not the exercise for you. So I just recommend doing some bridges, and then we're also going to do some T-spine rotations, which is breaking it down into 2 exercises instead of just one single one. So back to the other side. Not pointed, hips up, squeeze, 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 and reach across. So keep the hips square, constant tension in your glutes. Make sure you can still breathe. The hand that was supporting me shouldn't be so far out. You want that hand to be pretty much directly underneath your shoulder, just to keep everything nice and safe. See, that one's gonna be sweating a little bit. So that's a pretty hard one to do. I'll give you the repetitions and breakdown in the description. 9 minutes, Jesus. Okay, just like I said, we're gonna do some, so people who can't do that, just give me a sec. So we're gonna do a bridge. So just on your back, knees bent, hips up. And the people who can't do the classic bridge, you might as well do this as well. Bridge. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do some T-spine rotation, just like I promised. So, sitting back, I'm going to have my hand on my lower back, and I'm going to try to pull that shoulder out. Just come back to neutral. this side. Other hand, lower back, press. You really want to drive this hand into the ground. Helps contract that core, helps rotate that opposite shoulder through. Should be feeling a stretch in that spine. I think that was 5. Okay. Show you. Done this one right after the bridge, but whatever you're gonna do. So you're back in your bridge position, and I'm just gonna clamp both knees side to side. That one just feels pretty good. Okay. Last but not least, you're gonna hold your crawl position for 20 seconds. Okay. Last thing, so you can do a regular plank for 20 seconds. You can do plank on the knees. You can do whatever style plank you want. But this one, we're gonna do a crawl plank. So knees are about an inch off the ground. Tall. Pack the chin. Make sure you breathe. God, is it over yet? 5 more seconds. Cool. Got a little bit of sweat on. That's good. Okay, 2 rounds of that. Look at the description to get the rep counts. Stay healthy, stay safe. Bye.